guys, welcome to day 6 of Tourette Syndrome Awareness Month. I'm here again with my good friend JD.
Hello everybody.
And today we are going to discuss, could Tourette's possibly be psychic powers?
Yes, the reason why I want to talk about this seriously, and this is not a gimmick, this is actually a serious topic that I wanted to address about Tourette syndrome, because as you probably saw in my past video when I was talking with Alice, I said that I lived in Puerto Rico for my first 15 years of my life, and I never knew I had Tourette's until I discovered my 35th birthday, which was a couple months ago. And with that being said, since I never knew what Tourette's was, I always have that feeling that, well, why do I feel like I predict sometimes? Or sometimes I can feel people's vibes and you tell them stuff, and sometimes they will get offended by the stuff that I would say. I remember I was watching a video about guy Mark Elliott, and by the way, I'm not referring to this video in the sense of what I'm trying to say about psychic. I'm trying to imply it to him in any way, shape, or form. I respect the gentleman. I'm using an example in which he himself said in the video that he would call his brother gay, and his brother later on happened to actually be gay. Now, the reason why I mentioned that is because I did the same thing with my little sister when I was a little kid. We were a little younger. We were just only 5, 6 years old. You know, I'm only 2 years older than my sister, so when I was 5, she was probably 3, 6, going to 4, like that. And I used to tell my sister, not gay, but I used to call her little girl. And I remember in Spanish, nenita. That's how we say it in Spanish, nenita, which means little girl. And my sister would get upset with me by calling her little girl. And I would always tell her, but you are a little girl. But every time I would tell her that, I would tell her that in a way like, yeah, you're a little girl. So the reason why I'm calling you little girl is because I know that this is bothering you for some reason. I never wanted to be mean, but I always knew that she was. And years later, she actually came out of it. And I said to her, well, I always knew. And another thing about that is the fact that, you know, even scientists say that everything has frequency around us. Everything is made out of frequency. Even the way we talk right now, the way Alice hasn't ticked for the past few minutes is because I told her that I learned a little trick how to tap into your brain when you have Tourette's and how to suppress your tics without actually hurting, and it's through meditation. As you can see, I'm wearing the shirt of Son Goku from Dragon Ball Z. I'm a huge fan of the novel. Now, I say novel because Dragon Ball Z is not just a typical cartoon as we see it here in America. In Japan, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball 2, which is supposed to be called, supposed to be a novel by Akira Toriyama. Now, in the story, it talks about how Goku, coming from a really violent environment, he bumped his head as a kid, in which he almost died because he had suffered a really bad concussion. Therefore, he actually went from being a violent kid to a loving kid. Now, as I mentioned in my past video or before, because I had Tourette syndrome, I was really uncontrollable when I was a kid. And I myself also suffered from severe concussions as a kid, in which sometimes now I can not control my tics sometimes, but when I do meditation, I can tap into it in a way that if you can see, Alice hasn't ticked for one bit. And it's because I'm feeling that I can control her tics and my tics at the same time. That's why I feel that is why, and even doctors can prove this, when people have Tourette's and they sit around next to each other, they begin to pick the other person's tic. I feel that might be a new way of looking at things. Maybe, perhaps, this is sort of something like the empath videos that you can see on YouTube that talks about how people are empathic, people that can feel emotions, people that can feel other people's vibrations. And also that also probably explain why there hasn't been any cure for Tourette's. Right now, I'm actually under the impression that this may be a new breakthrough. Maybe, I don't know what other people may think about this, but this is just an opinion that I have been based on my own research, for the simple fact that I never knew that I had Tourette's. Therefore, I kind of study a little bit harder on this. Now, what I would like to show here is, Alex, can you show up the shirt? It says, I have no off buttons. Meaning, I feel that sometimes the reason why people tick the way we do is because we're not focusing. Maybe it's because we're doing things that we don't really want to do. So I mean, sometimes you have problems when you feel like you have to do something because you must, but your brain just doesn't want you to do it. Therefore, you start taking really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, can you give me an example of, like, anything in particular, for example?
Like, as it couldn't do it, had to do it like for a tick or something.
Like, you have to do something a certain way. For example, I know this lady that she knows English and French, and she has to write certain things in English, and then the other one she has to do it in French. And that's the only way that she can actually release her tick. Other people that I have known, that they actually like to create their own words. Like me, when I was creating the whole word about shish kebab and stuff.
Shish kebab.
Fakasam, my knuckle. We still doing it. 1, 2, 3. That video. See, like, everybody has like a different way of dealing with the text, and I wonder if that is because yo parlo l'italiano molto bene, anche lo spagnolo. Lo spagnolo è la mia prima lingua che io parlo. This is actually Italian, what I was just speaking right now. Puedo hablar el español también. Es el primer idioma que yo hablo, el español. Também puedo falar un poco portugués. Moi, je peux parler compagnie en français, très bien. And also, I would like to say that watashi wa nihongo ga shikashi dekimasu. That's also Japanese. See this? I think that I turn into a tick just because, like I said, I feel that Tourette syndrome is not just a condition. I feel that Tourette syndrome is more of a psychic power that we haven't tapped into. And as you can see, I talked to you in Italian a little bit, Spanish, English, Portuguese, and Japanese in a matter of little seconds, and Alice just...
I do sign language.
So...
I don't tick when I do sign language, which is why, actually, earlier today, I was hanging out with one of the 7-year-olds in my building, and I started ticking a lot, and so I told her, hold on a second, and I took my iPad, put it on the ground, and put on a song, and I just started signing to it, and I stopped ticking, and I did about 2 songs, and then I was like, okay, now we can go back to playing tag.
Me, as when I'm trying to talk to my, well, let's say, if I cannot find a word in English how to say it, pues entonces la digo en español, y entonces pues ya cuando empiezo a hablar en español pues se me va el tic. That means that when I start talking in Spanish, the tick goes away because Spanish is my native language. So when I have tics, when I talk Spanish, I don't have that problem with the coprolalia, which is weird because the only thing that I have problems with when I speak Spanish is the tick, just the motor tics and the phono tics. Not with the coprolalia. The coprolalia only happens when I speak. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. English to me sounds like it's like a language that is maybe it's just my opinion, but maybe it was just based to people to curse. But it's just so confusing. So, but anyway, that was just an inside joke, people. I'm just saying that because I learn languages. That's why I'm saying that. But let us know what you think. I mean, there's another thing that I would like to know because I have noticed that people that also have Tourette syndrome happens to be really, really good athletic. Like really athletic people that are better runners, better jumpers, are actually stronger than the average people. Like, for example, Tim Howard from the soccer player. Can you tell me about the story you read about him? How people...
All right, so I didn't finish reading the article because I got a little upset. But maybe I should go back and read it. There was a article where someone complained that Tim Howard should not be America's goalie for soccer because purely he had Tourette syndrome. Because he's faster, stronger, have better, what's the word I'm looking for?
Has a better sense of how to put the eye on. He has quicker reflections.
Quicker reflexes. That's what I was looking for. And he said that wasn't fair, and I got angry because.
Ticced kebab. Sorry. That's another thing to see when we concentrate on things that are negative. It makes us tick because we don't like to be negative.
We don't like to be negative.
I feel that we people that have Tourette's, we are really people that I think that we curse is because the vibration we get around the people that walk around us. See, like right there. Now let's just concentrate on something really, really positive. Let's say puppies.
I like puppies.
Puppy with 4 ears.
4 ears.
Yeah, just make him look cute. 4 ears. Just a puppy that was born with 4 ears. That's just accept him for.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, and then he just flappy. He goes like that. See, I use the tick when I do that just to make something funny and it makes her laugh. See, now she hasn't tick. Look, she's not thinking. She's laughing. She's smiling. She's smiling. Still smiling. Stop. How many times? Still smiling. See, she doesn't tick. That is the secret about the Tourette's. I think that if you take the tick and you turn it into something positive and goofy, like I do, like
Tourette's Hero.
Like Tourette's what?
Tourette's Hero.
Tourette's Hero. Yeah.
She is from the UK. She takes her ticks.
Biscuit.
Yeah, she says biscuit all the time. She'll just keep saying biscuit throughout the entire biscuit conversation.
Time. Biscuit. See, it's catchy. I love it because it's catchy. And that's why now that she's mentioning that, let me just take the honorable Son Goku t-shirt because of what I was saying about the empathics, about how we people with Tourette's can sense energy like other people can. Like right now, look. Again, I'm taking the earplugs that I use. As you can see, I have to use this bad boys so I could cancel the sound around me. Therefore, I would like to show you guys. I'm trying to do exactly just like the Tourette's hero. I'm trying to create this character right here. Show the back first. His name is Comet.
There we are.
And he's a start to dragon. Not dragon, by the way. Start to dragon. The T is actually represents the Tourette. That's the cool part about it. And then when he transform into this cool creature right here. Ooh, look at that bad boy. I don't think not even Frieza would like to want to fight this guy. So please let us know what you think. Subscribe. Let us know on the bottom what you think about what we were talking about. There are research that I have done that are legit. Then this is actually not just research in the United States, but also in other countries like Japan, and obviously that's why I learning languages and stuff like that. So, anything that you would like to add?
I think that's pretty much it. Bye, guys.
Bye bye. Shish kebab.